A couple of weeks ago, I had a very short, very pleasant conversation with a young, semi-attractive college girl. I noticed she had a sweatshirt on that had the name of the local university. So I asked her if she was a student. She said yes. I said, "What are you studying?" She told me, marketing or business. I can't really remember. And I said, "Cool, what's your favorite class?" And she told me some marketing class that she was taking. And I said, "Cool, what do you like most about it?" And she started telling me. And then I asked her, "What do you want to do when you graduate?" And she told me. This conversation lasted maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And before the conversation ended, because of the context, I could tell the conversation was going to be forced to come to an end because of the situation. I said, "I don't know much about you, but something about how you talk makes me seem like, from an intuitive standpoint, that you're going to be a very successful marketer." And that made her, poof, light up. "Wow, thank you. Okay, good luck later." And we never saw each other again. Now, why would you do this? Why would you spend the time and effort and energy to make somebody feel good when you know you're never going to see them again? Well, it's based on how we perceive potential situations. A lot of people have social anxiety. And the reason we have social anxiety is because of how our brain operates. You look out into the world and you see a potential situation that you might go into. But before you go into this potential situation, your brain automatically recalls all the previous situations that are similar to this future potential situation. And for most guys that want to talk to girls, all of the previous situations didn't really end on a high note, particularly if you go into situations with a potentially good romantic outcome and you have an intention, like getting a phone number or getting a positive response. And if you go in there trying to get a positive outcome, it might not work. It usually doesn't work, particularly if you're deliberately going out to try to collect phone numbers. Just collecting phone numbers, even if you're extremely confident, has a very low success rate, maximum 10%, which is like a 90% failure rate. So let's suppose you have a 90% failure rate and you see an attractive female and you think, I'd like to get her number. Then your memory is going to automatically reference all of your previous experiences. And if your previous experiences have a 90% failure rate, that's not going to give you a good feeling moving forward. That's where the anxiety comes from. You're anticipating a 90% chance of failure from a subconscious level. Now, what happens when you tell yourself you're never going to see this girl again, and the only outcome is to make her smile, to make her feel good? That's a lot easier, and that has a much higher chance of success, particularly when she can tell from the vibe of the conversation that you're not trying to game her, you're not trying to seduce her, you're just having a friendly conversation. And if you practice having friendly conversations with attractive females or attractive males, depending on your outcome, then you will build a much different collection of memories, which have a much higher success rate. You'll build a much better baseline from which to operate from. A baseline that says people like talking to you. People enjoy talking to you. People feel good when you talk to them. Now, when you talk to someone, here's a good model you can use, just like the one I used on the young college student. You ask about what they do. You ask about what they like about what they do. You ask about what they want to do in the future. For this girl, she was a marketing student. She liked her marketing class the best. I asked why. She told me. I said, "What do you want to do when you graduate?" She said, "I want to go into marketing." Once you get those pieces of information, then you can give her the intuitive compliment, or give the person the intuitive compliment. I said, "I don't know much about you, but my intuition tells me, based on how you communicate, that you're going to be really successful in marketing." And she, "Wow, thank you." And that makes people feel good. So the structure is very, very simple. Start a conversation with someone. Have some kind of reason to start the conversation. Notice something about them. Ask them a question about that thing that you noticed. Ask what they do. Ask what they like about it. Ask what they want to do in the future. This takes 1-2 minutes. And then once you get that information, what they want to do in the future, you can use the intuitive compliment. I don't know much about you, but based on how you communicate, my intuition tells me that you'll be a very successful whatever they said they want to do in the future. This will make them feel good. This will build a huge baseline memory that says people enjoy talking to you. People feel good when you talk to them. If you forget about collecting phone numbers, if you forget about creating positive romantic outcomes, this will massively increase your charisma and your confidence. And if you just relax and let it happen the 1 out of 10 times that it does happen, you'll be in much better shape than guys who go out and try to serially collect numbers from people. This is a very easy technique. It's very laid back. It's very stress-free. Try it out and see how well it works. If you'd like to learn more, check out some of the links below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.